Welcome back to Jillin Off, everyone. I am Christina Walkinshaw, and not with me, as never, not always. None of that made sense. Jen Murphy's missing. Guess what? The tables have turned. Remember? Guess what I just did? I blew out the mic right as you walked through the door. She told me to start without her. Remember that one time that they got to start without me? And we weren't going to do it. We were like, we can wait. And right when we turned on the mics, you walked in the door. It was like magic. It's like when you're at a restaurant and you go to the bathroom and then your food comes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to make a move and then things happen. Oh my God. What bar is that? Oh, the Black Sheep Inn. I love it. Did he send you that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And guys,
My friend.
now with me as always is Jen Murphy.
Oh, wait, you just cocked into your hand. I'll elbow you.
Oh, she has to go and hug Paul first. And with us as always, it's Paul. Paul Murphy Walkinshaw.
It's
He's-
Paul. I'm your guys' offspring.
Sweating.
How are you? You like that when you go for the awkward hug and you don't know which side your head's gonna go on, and we almost like just smooched right there.
I know I did that recently. Somebody hit them in the lips. Like somebody I barely knew. And I was like, well, we just kissed on the lips.
Oopsies. With us as always, Sudwork Brewco back in the house again. I'm still drinking 1989 because I like my session IPAs.
Why are these cans so adorable?
They are so cute. That's small town hustle.
I told you I hate to throw them out. Like I want to save them like artwork.
I get it. I bought a bottle of wine for Halloween called Final Girl, and it's about like that. It like the artwork on the bottle is kind of like the last girl that's left in a horror movie standing, and I couldn't throw away the bottle. I really thought it was really cool, and I kept it.
I know. Sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes we like the art on the booze just as much as we like the booze.
Oh, I feel
That's
like
next level alcoholism.
I feel like there was so much put into this that I feel guilty just trashing it. Like this is somebody's artwork.
We're like, but it's such a pretty can.
It's like a painting.
This is gonna be us. We're not gonna craft as we get older, or we're gonna craft and it's gonna be with like all empty beer cans. That'll be our
Sweating.
crafting. Well, then you must be ready for this delicious beer.
I am. Plus, I have a nut stuck in my throat.
Oh,
I was really hungry on the train, and I shoved a few peanut M&Ms in my mouth.
well, don't worry.
And one of them got stuck,
I still. Oh no.
and I was like, I really need that beer. You know, when it's like you feel a little tickle.
Oh yeah.
Didn't go out. Now I think it went all the way down.
Oh.
Cheers. Oh, Paul has one too.
Cheers. Oh, you know it. Oh, it's good.
That was a good
Cheers, everyone.
one.
Cheers. Happy hour. We always do start our podcast at happy hour at like 4:00. So really, this beer is super appropriate.
As we should.
Mm.
Although the last one we did in the afternoon, and you were like, you can have fun without alcohol.
I know. And then I listened to those episodes and I was like, shit, we're actually really good when we're sober. Don't you hate that when you have that realization?
Well, we're still sober right now, so we'll be okay.
That's true. This is our first beer of the day.
Contrary to popular belief.
And do you know what finally was appropriate? So I know we have like 87 commercials before you listen to our podcast now.
I know.
But at least one of them on a recent
I know what
episode
you're going to say.
was for Decoy Wine. It was for wine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because I heard a Goodwill advertisement. I was like, did they put this on purposely? 'Cause
Oh no, are they trying to send us signs by putting certain commercials in front of our show? Like Goodwill, where Christina and Jen do all their shopping. And then Decoy Wine, because Christina and Jen are alcoholics. Like, at least they're
Hey.
starting to pick appropriate commercials.
target audience.
Right? Oh my God.
Yeah, because when they first started putting commercials, it was for cars, and I think they realized that doesn't really go with our audience.
No.
Do you want to purchase a new car? No.
No. But our audiences can't afford new cars, or can they?
Maybe. We don't
don't
really
know.
know.
We don't really know our audience is. We just know you're overseas and
We don't know what they're doing in Finland. We were way up this week in Finland.
in Finland.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did we do in Finland?
I messaged Christina. I'm like, did you have sex on the boat with somebody from Finland?
And I said no, but I would for you. Yeah.
Esmo gave us the shout out, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
He's Mo. He's so
hilarious.
funny.
So I've had a very powerful few weeks. I have so much to tell you. I mean, I know I like to get drunk and text you anyways, but first of all, it's worth saying that I love New Orleans and I belong there.
I could tell. I barely talked to you though because you were having so much fun.
I was having a real hoot. Of course, I was off the grid. I don't take an internet package on the ship. But that first night in New Orleans, so I check into my hotel. Of course, it's one of those dorky airport hotels. But at least in New Orleans, airport hotel to downtown was like $20. So I'm like, well, I'm obviously going to go out and have a nice dinner. I went out for a super nice dinner, and the people beside me were getting on the getaway on the same ship that I just worked on, and then they ended up picking up my whole tab
That is so nice.
for dinner. Yeah, and then I found this dive bar. I really wanted to gamble. Okay, so I got rejected from Harrah's because I didn't have my passport on me. I left my passport in my hotel room because I didn't want to lose it before I got on the ship.
But you have a U.S. Driver's license, right?
Yep, but they wouldn't accept it.
How is that though? You're in the U.S.
My license is BC though.
Oh,
It's
so you
Canadian.
don't have U.S.
I
driver's
don't have an
license.
American driver's license.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they're like, no, you need a passport.
So you have to have your okay.
So then I was like, well, fuck you, Harrah's. But then I was like, it's probably for the best, right? They probably would have taken money. Anyways, but then I found this really cute little dive bar called the Aaron Rose, which was just off Bourbon Street on Conti Street. And they just had 3 video poker machines, but that's all I needed.
Yeah.
Right? And then I got a big crush on that bartender. But actually, no, where I won money wasn't at that bar. It was at the bar that bartender told me to go to called the Chart Room, I believe. And so everybody's hammered. It's a Thursday night. I go into this bar. I have to go pee. This was when I was walking back from Harrah's. I thought I left my bartender at the Aaron Rose, and I'll be back. I'm going to Harrah's. I'll come back when I have my money, when I've won. And then he's like, all right, definitely come back, though. And I was like, oh, I'm totally coming
You're
back.
like, I'll come back when I can afford you.
I have a crush on you. I'm super coming back. You're adorable.
How much?
Oh my God. Plus, I was very charmed that he was drinking on the job. And I was like, oh, why do I love a drunk bartender? Like, at one point, he was so drunk. Like, I saw him try to put limes on the Miller High Lifes. Like, you know the beer Miller High Life? It kind of looks like a Corona. So I
Yeah.
think he thought it was a Corona. And he started serving it with the lime.
That's awesome.
Anyways, that's how much I love this guy. He was great. So, yeah, I went to this place called the Chart Room. And there's a girl hammered in the bathroom. She's waiting for her friend who she's talking to in the one stall. And like, you know that rule when you're in a dirty bar as a woman that before you sit down on the toilet seat, you should look at it.
You
to
check
make
for
sure.
flies?
You check for flies. You check for pee on
I
the
said
seat.
fries. I was like, ugh,
Well, you know
how
what?
hungry are you?
Funny enough that you bring up fries because you're closer to what I'm about to say. Most cities, you would accidentally sit in a little bit of pee, but not in New Orleans. I fucking sat on a toilet that had been barfed on.
Oh!
I know, you guys.
How do you not look at a toilet seat before you sit down?
I was so excited to go. I think I looked for toilet paper.
Especially in a public restroom.
It was so gross, you guys. I died. I was like, but here's the good news. Then I went out into that bar
Oh my God.
and I played a little video poker and I won $75.
Where's my
So
pen?
really, it was gross, but at least that bar paid me to sit in that bar.
Oh my God. That is
But only $75.
I don't think it was worth it.
I
but
wouldn't sit in bar for $150.
it was pretty gross. Everybody was so hammered in that bar. There was some girl that was trying to press my buttons on my machine, and I was like, ugh. And it was also those machines at bet max was 15, so you had to be like really careful and like use the little
Jesus.
arrow to make sure you're only betting fives. But then I went back to the bar where I had the crush on the guy, and I gave him $20. And then I was like, he just would not stop with the shots, and I don't even do shots anymore. That I was at home in bed by 1, which is like 11 a.m. LA time, and he didn't get off work till 5 a.m. I don't know how he did his cash out.
Wait, it was 11 a.m. Were you there in the daytime? 11 p.m.?
Sorry. 11 p. You're right.
Oh, I was like, were you there in the
No,
morning? What is
1 a.m. But that's like 11 p.m.
Oh,
LA
gotcha.
time. So I felt lame that I went home and I went to bed that early. But
That's not too early. If you're doing shots.
for New Orleans, it felt early, but it was so fun. I loved it.
Nothing good happens in New Orleans after 11:15.
I bet. Yeah.
You got out just in time.
Did you take a shower?
Oh,
Or did
Oh,
you
yeah.
just smell like barf
Oh, no.
when you went back to the
God.
bar?
Oh, I
Wait, what was the
showered.
procedure?
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I probably did not shower till the morning, but I certainly did shower.
So you just were flirting with the bartender with
Well,
barf
I'm
butt?
sure she wiped her. You wiped yourself really well.
I mean,
today.
I wiped myself as best as I
You
could.
can't wipe out a smell.
I know. Oh, well, it's a good thing I didn't pick anybody up because they would. Be
I'm
like,
surprised you didn't have sex that night because usually the more disgusting you are, the more chances you are of having sex.
I know that's very true, but that guy didn't get off work till 5 a.m. I would have
Oh, yeah.
never made it. I was
No.
hammered. As it was, I definitely took my beer in the backseat of that cab that I took back to my hotel room, and that driver was so nice, but I was like sloshing it all over. Like, you're just like, it was getting sloshed. I was splashing all over my lap. Like, I was done. Like,
Shots.
shots.
They're dangerous, but every so often they're fun. I don't do them that much either.
I know, I'm not into shots, but.
There's something that makes me feel kind of powerful when you walk into a bar and be like, "Oh, I have a shot and a beer."
Mhm.
Feels kind of manly or so.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a late start, then it's like, sure.
But I usually sip the shot. I don't do it all at once.
Same. I had to sip those shots. They were too
Kind of a pussy.
much, man. And then I talked to everybody who came in and out of the bar. Everybody was so nice and friendly. And at one point I was like, "What's your favorite Britney Spears song?" And literally I forgot she's from Louisiana, and like the whole bar, it started a war. Like everybody's like, "No, it is not. That is not the best." Like they were
Oh,
fighting.
that's where she's from?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that either.
So they're actually very passionate about their Britney, and it was a big conversation piece. It created a lot of drama and energy. It was exciting.
Wow. All right.
A
A lot of exciting things happening. I had an interesting experience with a bartender too.
Oh, yes, you did.
I found my new favorite bar in North Hollywood. Well, we stumbled upon it. Brew Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Brew Bros. It's a really good bar up in North Hollywood.
It's a great bar.
Over the weeks, it became my favorite place to write because it just has a perfect atmosphere with really good beer and it's not too loud. And then the bartender started talking to me, so he gave me his number and I texted him, and we only text for like a day. Although he did have a red flag the second day. Tell me, I know this is a red flag because I'm a red flag person. I'm usually the red flag person. So the second day, we had only texted one day, and it wasn't even that much. The second day, he texted me, and I didn't respond in like 3 hours because I was at a show. So after 3 hours, I got a text that said, "Good talk."
Whoa, political.
At least he didn't say I love you. I love
Yeah,
you.
but that's totally like you didn't respond because I've done that to somebody
It could
before.
be playful though.
But
It could just be like good
I don't
talk.
know. Not on day 2.
I mean, that's doubling down. I mean, I will for surely send somebody 3 texts if I have to. I'll be like, I changed my, this and that. Like,
I just sent back a laughing emoji because I'm like, I'm not going to be dramatic. So
so
then the
funny.
second night, I was a little bit drunk 'cause I performed at the Ice House, and I did do 2 shots. And so anyway, it was like 11 o'clock, and he was like, "What are you doing? Why don't you come over?" I'm like, "I don't think it's a good idea." And he goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "Well, your bar is kind of my favorite place to write, and I don't want to mess that up." And he goes, "Why would it get messed up?" And I was like, "You want to find out? I'll come over." Because now I'm never going back there, probably. I don't know what was wrong with me. Sometimes I get a certain level of drunk where if I should have never gone, because if I'm not really attracted to someone, I feel like sometimes I can just be a dick, and I don't know
I think
why.
that guy's a babe. And he's like our age.
I was a little bit drunk. I was willing to try and be attracted to him, but I walked into his house, and he had, first of all, I shouldn't have been a dick because he has like a brewery in his house. He has a tap. He's like, "You want a beer?" And he just pulls the tap, and I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
He also had a bunch of shelves of these huge jars of homemade kombucha, and I just started shitting on his homemade kombucha. I'm sorry. Come on.
I'm on board with that.
Like, it
I
looks
love
like-
kombucha.
It looks like something Christina sat in.
I'd sit on that.
I mean, I think I was trying to be playful.
Kombucha or the bartender?
I mean, probably both, but not now that Jen's have relations.
I think I was trying to be playful and funny, but I was a dick.
Oh, no.
Then we went in his room. We started watching a movie, and we like kissed or something. We didn't do much. And then I like got up because I wanted to go home, and I thought he was sleeping, so I was like trying to just leave. And he has a dog, so the dog was right by the front door. And I turned to the dog and I talk out loud. I'm like, "Bye, dog." And I hear this voice behind go, "You're gonna say bye the dog and not me?" I was like, "Oh, I thought you were sleeping."
Rough.
I was drunk, and then like 2 days later, I knew I was probably a dick, but like then I'm like, how much of a dick was I? Because I'm a nice person. So 2 days later, I text him and I go, "Oh, sorry if I was a dick at your house," because I'm thinking if I wasn't such a dick, he'd be like, "Oh no, it was cool." But if I was, maybe he just wouldn't respond.
Right.
So all he wrote back was, "It's okay," and then that's it. I've never talked to him since.
Oh, no.
So I guess I was a dick if he said it's okay.
I think that I want to go back to that bar with you so I could witness the awkwardness.
I'll go back with you. I'm not going back by myself.
Let's call him on the show.
Let's do it. Oh, my God.
But come on, also, I mean, as quickly as he picked me up, and now he owns that bar and bartends at it. I'm not the first girl that's gone back to it. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think he was really that invested in me, but I was kind of a dick.
It's okay.
You should have just been like, "No, I was calling you Doug." You're like, "Goodbye, dog."
Bye, dog.
I don't know what it is. There's something that triggers me that it is not good. This is why I was a dick about the kombucha. There's something when I see a guy where to me I just want to be like, pussy. And why? That's so mean. Just because he brews his own kombucha.
I mean, we can't be shocked about that in LA of all
I
places.
know. I don't know why I was such a dick about
Like,
it.
I know people that have made their own deodorant. Like, there's so many weird things.
It
that
was
people...
such a turnoff to me, and I don't know why.
I get it.
Pretty pussyish.
Because it is. I
Thank
think
you,
that's
Paul.
what it is. It's a
To be fair.
pussyish thing.
I think it's also feeling like somebody's taking themselves like so seriously.
But now I want
Maybe.
homemade kombucha. I
Well,
wanna taste it.
you thought he was really attractive, so you
Yeah.
should go to his house.
Oh no.
He's got a brewery in his house. We didn't have sex or anything, so
It's intriguing.
it's free game. He's
no.
all yours. Go start writing there and see if he asks for your number.
But that'd be funny if I sat in the same table as you
Yeah.
and I just like kept on
Sit
looking
down
up the
with your-
bartender.
Sit down with your laptop. They have a really good beer called Slow and Wet.
Oh, I should try that. I went up to Solving last night to do some writing. That's my writing zone. I had to pick up my wine club wines, and literally an hour or two after I picked up my wine, the whole highway burst into flames. So,
it did.
that's crazy, eh? Even when I was driving back this morning, like, 154, once you go up that mountain, when you get off the 101 in Santa Barbara, like that's the windy, nice, beautiful road that
Yeah, that
overlooks
whole
the...
road's closed, right?
It's all closed. It's all on fire now. But great news. My wine is okay. It's home. I got it just in time.
We're supposed to have a big storm, so maybe that'll help.
3 days of rain and we need it.
Christina's like, families are displaced, but my wine is great.
I know. Now who's the dick? Let's just call this episode as We're Dicks.
Yeah, it should be.
We're dicks. We're dicks. I ate at the Hitching Post, which is like one of those restaurant bars that's totally in Sideways. And these two
Oh, I know that one from the movie.
winemakers, beside me. It was really funny because I don't know how we got on the topic, but we just started talking about celebrities getting like too much Botox, and I was like, oh, I've never had any Botox done, but like, and then we're like, but what if I did? I wouldn't want to get as much as Ray Liotta. Have you seen the Shantex ads? Or like, it's like
His
he looks
face
like
was
he's had
already a little jacked up, so it was like, what are you trying to fix?
now it looks really.
You're already
toxed.
the character actor. You're not a
Yeah.
leading man.
No, I know. What are you trying to like? I don't know. Get a lead on a reboot of Nip Tuck.
Oh man, that's brutal.
I know. But anyway, so those guys are really fun. And I was trying to see, because they brought their own wine for the restaurant. I guess they were just like paying corkage fee. But I couldn't really see what it was called. But like the artwork on the wine bottle, it kind of looked like a word search. It was a whole bunch of letters on like a white sheet where you would have to like circle the words.
Oh.
It was really cool.
That was a pretty cool label.
Yeah, they were nice. I
You
didn't
should
stay
have
up.
asked him.
Yeah, I didn't stay up very late though, and I just pretty much hung out in this because I stayed at the Sideways Inn, and so I just went to the Sideways Lounge that was like attached to the hotel. It was a good bar. It closed at like 10, so it was good. I didn't get out of control, and I got a lot of writing done, and I got that hotel room late Sunday night for $31.
Yeah.
And
deal.
when I checked in, the girl was like, "Yeah, the owner thought it was Cyber Monday today," and I'm like, "That's next Monday." I'm like, "Well, too late. They already like went in the computer last night and dropped the prices." So that room, everything's always cheap on a Monday, but I still usually pay like $100 for a Monday night for.
Oh really? Yeah, 31. That's really good.
But 31 was insane. No, yeah, because I'll stay at Hotel Cork for $100, but like on a weekend, that hotel's $500. It's such a cute neighborhood. I love it up there, and I feel so at peace just like writing.
Christina's high rolling,
Oh, just
hanging
bringing
out in the
cruise-
fire zones.
Just hanging out in the fire zones.
How come the fires are only burning rich people's houses?
How about my house almost burning down? The best is
Karma's a bitch.
yeah.
Every fire is in like Malibu, Santa Barbara.
So my house almost burned down. Well, I was on a cruise.
Honestly, Christina, I thought your house might be burning, and
Honestly,
I didn't know if I should message you because you don't get messages anyway. But then if you did, I was like, she's on the boat. When I came out from my house and I was at Ventura, right there, close to the train station, and
Yeah.
you could see flames coming up right at Universal. First, I thought Universal was on fire. Like I could
Right.
see all the flames, and then I looked, and it's like, no, it's not Universal. It started on Barham.
I know, right on my so I live just off Barham on the 101. And so anyway, so I was off the grid, and then once I get into port, I get reception, and I forget what island I was on, but so I get reception, and literally it's like 10 messages from people like, "Are you okay? Is your house burning? Are you fine?" And you're like, and you send me like I'm out of town, so you're like, there's fires right now, and they're just off Barham.
I
with a
didn't want to
little-
alarm you.
And even like Matt O'Brien was writing me, like, all these people were writing me, and then just fucking one text from a comic. "Hey, can you give me the Booker contact info for the guy at Hecklers in Victoria?" I'm like, wow, somebody cares more about their career than they care about my house burning down. Like,
Maybe he wants to contact the booker to help about the fire.
there was like 10 people who cared and one guy just looking for a booker's email.
Oh God.
Anyways,
Jesus.
I didn't write him back right away, but
I love that you're like, I don't know which island I was on.
oh,
I'm on so many.
I'm a dick now.
I traveled to the lovely island of Fresno while you were away.
Oh.
I agreed to do it because the girl that booked it was like, oh, I booked a feature because it didn't pay a lot, but she's like, oh, the feature will drive you. So I was like, oh, cool. So the feature's name was Smokey.
Oh, I love
Boy,
Smokey.
did he live up to that name.
Yeah.
No, he's super nice.
His last name's Almost, right?
But there's a reason he's called Smokey.
Yeah.
No, he's super nice. Yeah, yeah.
He looks like a little hobbit, huh?
He does a little
A
bit.
little mountain person.
Yeah. He does look like he could live in the mountains. Yes. No, he's super nice.
Oh,
He paid for a hotel too, so we wouldn't have to drive back.
that's so awesome.
And guess what I thought when I entered the hotel?
what?
Christina would not stay in this hotel.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, is it low frequency? Uh-oh.
I've actually stayed in it before when I performed in Fresno. But ever since we did Slow and you didn't say that one, I was like, oh, Christina would not be going down with this one.
I like to tender. Hey, I don't want bed bugs.
Christina doesn't stay somewhere where it looks like there might be bed bugs, although
Yeah.
I do.
I
But
don't
that one
understand
was
that.
rough because there was all these flies and I was like killing flies just on the wall, just like slammed with
Oh, no.
And I was like, it wasn't like that last time I stayed there. And I was like, something's wrong. He's like, no, it's just because we're right next to the train tracks and there's a lot of manure.
Oh, my God. Oh, no.
No bed bugs, though. We were
I mean,
safe.
as long as you don't get bed bugs, then I feel like it's fine. But and I'm sure in Fresno,
We were safe.
yeah,
It was one night.
well, that's fine. In and out. You get drunk enough, you can pass it anywhere, right?
True.
Uh,
Oh, and I had people come to the show that were on Norwegian.
I feel like I was gonna say I was like I feel like I just met people from Fresno on a ship. Not that I'm saying those are the
You
same
may
people.
have. No, because these people I met, they go on cruises every month. They have, I didn't know people had like a timeshare for cruises the same way they do with like vacation homes.
I had no idea that they're
Might have
so
been the same.
yeah. I had no idea that they're so cheap.
Yeah.
Like I met a girl on the ship who I met on the Joy a few months ago, and she got her package at the last minute for $3.99 with the drink package, which means it would have been $2.99 without it. And
Yeah,
like,
they said that some people wait till like the day before, and if they haven't sold rooms, they just,
Yeah.
they have any left, they'll just give
And
them
they'll
away
just,
for
like,
really cheap.
purge them for super cheap.
That is really cheap.
That is so because you're
With
going,
a drink packet, 7
with-
days.
Yes, so the drink package only costs like $100 extra, and you're drinking for free for a whole week. That's insane. I wonder if they get so cranky when somebody gives us one of those free drinks.
That is crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, but the bartender shouldn't care if they're giving us free drinks. It's not their money.
I know, but
and there's
sometimes they get-
literally 3 of us performers.
I think they just get mad that we don't work 20 hours a day and we're having fun and we're
Oh,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
sure.
because it
Our,
does.
our friend Zoran, who worked like 12 hours a day, he asked me, he goes, what do you guys make in a week? I'm like, I can't tell you. It's too painful
Yeah,
because they make less than us.
they're making less. They're working,
And they see that we work an hour a day,
Like-
maybe.
Yeah.
$65,000 a week.
yeah, and they probably have shared tiny little rooms, like tiny little cubbies and roommates. Yeah, I do feel bad sometimes.
Well, he said that they used to make a lot of money, but like I guess this drink package thing just started, or maybe in the last couple of years or so. So when people have a drink pack, they're not giving you a credit card or anything. So they don't. It's like at an open bar where people a lot of times don't tip because they just walk up
Yeah.
like, oh, it's all free.
Yeah,
But he said when people would actually pay for drinks, they'd be making like a ton of tips, and now they're just
yeah.
they don't everything's so.
Whenever I order drinks, I'll make sure I go on board with a bunch of cash. So I could just I'll go to the casino and use the bill breakers to break up my 20s. And every time I order a drink, I always give them a couple bucks or whatever. Or if I always make sure I tip cash because I feel like that way.
Because you make so much in the week.
I know. I know.
I also feel like with those things, like also with like open bar, like the first night I was on, the first thing I did is like walk up and give them like for your first drink, like give them a 20 just so they know like I'm
Yeah.
gonna take care of you, don't worry.
Exactly.
You know, so
I'll do that too. I'll be like, boom,
You
here's your
got to
money.
do that with open bars because then they're like, oh wait, there's the one that tips.
Exactly. And then you get a full right to the rim glass of wine. They come to you fast. The shows were so fun too. Like that theater show we did the first week was like, it felt like we were shooting Netflix specials. Like it was packed and we were killing. Like I was like, that'd be good, right? Netflix special? Be like live from the Pacific Ocean. Like it'd be cool.
Nobody's done it yet. You
I,
should.
I know. And it was, I mean, the second week was good too, but that first week was like unbelievable. Even everybody in the booth was just like, we've never seen a comedy show that good before.
Wow.
Yeah, they said it was amazing. Like everybody knew. I was just like magical. It was one of those shows where you're like, cause sometimes the comedy shows that are in the theater are sad because it's 1,000 seats. And if you only fill 400, then it's like, aw. So, but
But it also depends on the comics. Like I told you, the guy I worked with who did crowd work.
You can't do crowd work on a theater show.
Bad crowd work.
Ugh.
Really bad crowd work.
See, that inspires me to say I'm ready to get bumped up. But I still like hosting. But I did 24 shows. I did 26 shows
Yeah, you do
in
a
2
lot.
weeks.
Damn.
I had 3 show nights almost every night. So I feel like I wrote lots of new jokes. I feel like I've just been through comedy boot camp.
Yeah, it
It's like
is
boom,
a lot.
Boom, boom, boom.
I felt that way after that one too. When you're doing
Yeah.
3 a night, I liked it.
You know, as much as I loved my days off, I feel better comedy wise, and I've written a bunch of new jokes. So I feel good. I feel like it was productive and lucrative. So those are 2 things that comedy is not often.
Win-win.
Suck it, Zoltar.
Yeah.
his name?
Zoran.
Yeah, that dude.
Sultan. You think
We'll
he's the
make
guy
fun-
from the Big Machine?
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I thought there was like was there a big reference here?
I wish I was big.
Oh, whatever his name is.
Oh, Zordon.
It's funny. So remember how I had that fling with the dueling piano player like months ago?
Yes.
So then, like, I never message him to let him know I'm on a ship because I just want to be surprised when I walk in the door one day and just like have him be there and be like, ah. So I walk in, I walk in Hell of the Moon on my first night, which I had off, by the way. And then I look, and there was just a guy with the exact same like crazy hair,
Aw, that's a
but not him,
bummer.
but like dark hair. And I was like, oh, so close. But then that guy ended up becoming like my best friend.
Oh, the one in all your pictures with his shirt
Yeah.
off?
Yeah, yeah.
He looked like a fun guy.
Oh yeah, he lives in Amsterdam and he's a fucking lunatic, but in the best way. And he has me using the words proper cunt all the time.
I love the word
Oh, it's a
cunt.
proper cunt right there. I don't know if a proper cunt is like good proper cunt or like bad proper cunt. I can't even decide, but now I just want to call everybody a proper cunt.
Ever since I got introduced to Jim Jeffries, I love the word cunt.
I love it too.
He makes it sound so funny. When people say it with an accent, it sounds funny.
Exactly. I swear to God, 2 weeks of calling each other cunts, and I've never been happier.
We have to wrap up our show.
Oh shit, yeah. So that
What
was.
should we end on?
Let's see.
I have a gross hotel story.
Okay. Yes, I want gross. Yeah, put this in the barf episode for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I think it's worth it. So I told Christina before the show, I said, this is a really gross story that happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of dating my ex again.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's been working like in a different city. So we had to like grab a hotel. So just for the night. So we had a hotel, right?
Can you say what city or is it a secret?
Yeah.
I'm trying to paint a visual in my head.
the wonderful city of Hesperia.
Okay, I know Hesperia.
Yeah, it's rough. So
Yeah.
like, Hills Have Eyes
A
people.
lot of meth, right?
Yeah, a lot of meth. So that night, I've just been I can't drink like a lot anymore. I don't know why. So
After your stones?
I guess. So I had like 2 beers and 1 shot of sake, but I could like it was like sitting weird in my stomach. But I was like, oh whatever. Right? So we hook up, right? And we're going at it for a while, and then I pull out and I bust, and as soon as I bust, all of a sudden my stomach just goes like, you need to run to the bathroom now. So I ran to the
Did you
bathroom.
come and shit at the same time?
No.
Is that a bukkake?
No. Wait, it gets better. It's along those lines.
That sounds like something would actually get me excited. Like, whoa, you shat and came at the same time. Cool.
So I ran to the bathroom and I puked in the toilet. Right? Not Christina didn't sit on it, but I puked. I puked in the toilet, and then I looked in the toilet and it was like bright red, and I was like, did I just puke up blood? And then all of a sudden another splash of like blood went into the toilet, and I was
Is it
like,
your
what the hell?
nose?
I've never had a nosebleed in my life. So I busted, puked, and had a nosebleed within 30 seconds of each other. It's like
Oh
the
my God.
trifecta.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you can get a nosebleed. Did you hurl like really hard?
It wasn't that hard.
Oh, okay, because
but-
sometimes
but
when you
it
throw
did-
up too hard, I think it makes you.
it did like pop a blood vessel or something.
yeah.
But I was like, what just happened? So it's just like, the weirdest range of emotions.
That is weird.
In 30 seconds. So I was like, you ever have sex so good that you bust from every orifice?
So wait, you really only had 2 beers in 1 shot, and you think you threw up from alcohol?
Yeah, definitely threw up from alcohol. I think it was a shot of sake. It was like unfiltered sake that like just
That might do it.
sat
Anything
weird.
unfiltered sometimes can sit funky.
Yeah, so I just and then we had like eaten like at Denny's or something. So I
Oh.
just shot out
I
pancakes.
don't even
on
know what
something.
unfiltered means. I mean, I
Um,
know what it means, but I've never heard of it
It's
in
like
relation to alcohol.
So you know, like sake's like clear.
Yeah.
Unfiltered sake's like very. It looks like jizz. It's like very
You could get a-
whitey, cloudy.
Oh,
you
really?
can get unfiltered beers, and they're usually of like the Hefeweizen kind of consistency with like a cloudiness.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. So I think it was something like that. But I
And how did you
literally-
feel after? You had sex right away again, or?
No, well, she was asleep because I put the pipe down.
Were you
so
like-
she was just,
You should have turned around and been like, I think I'm pregnant.
I put
think
the
I just-
pipe down.
I think I just miscarried out of my
oh
nose.
my god!
But I went
You're
back.
like, do you have
into
a couple of tampons?
Paul puts the pipe down.
So I walked back in the room and she's just asleep.
Oh,
Because it was like 2 hours or something. But it was a nice session. So
but if you're having a gross thing in the bathroom, I would rather the person you were sleeping with sleep through it all.
oh no, she heard me for sure because she was like, "Are you all right?" And then she went
Yeah.
back to the bed and fell asleep.
Because remember months ago when I had after sex diarrhea with the dueling piano player. That's how I know I've reached peak dating experience.
Yes, I believe that was Stick It to the Wall.
That was Stick It to the Wall episode, yeah. But that's how I know I've reached peak dating experience is when I get to use lines like, "You're not my first dueling piano player." Like, I've come a long way, guys. I've seen it all in my dating days, and this trifecta, this is a new one.
I was dealing with I was dueling holes in the
Dueling hole-
in
You were
the-
dueling holes? Yeah,
in the
it's
bath-
coming out 2 holes,
the bathroom.
3 holes.
Yeah.
Guys, if you've ever had any of these kind of experiences, please email us at jillinoffpod@gmail.com.
Let us know what orifice you like things to come in and out of.
I'm always ready to read more emails.
Oh, yeah, we're always ready.
I regret I didn't shit. Or else I just would have been like a 4th of July firework. I just and cried at the same time. That would have been.
Oh,
I
crying.
was missing those two.
You're just like a-
shitting and crying.
You're like a rotating sprinkler, just like spritzing everywhere.
I just would have been. My skin would have just like I would have been like a folded skin on the floor. Just everything just shot out.
Oh my God.
That's an orgasm.
Jenga. That's the callback. He empty. Hashtag he empty. Callback. In case you listen to all of our episodes.
All right. Tune in next week and we'll be wearing the same clothes.
Yeah. Bye.